the ass. That's okay. Hey, it's Trixie. Welcome to the underground. I'll try to move through this very fast. I got all these cards that I was walking to the dumpster and dropped them all. So they must be all out of order. I'm going to be like Biden and be like all out of sorts. I know you want to talk about that, John.
No, I don't.
I will. I will talk about it. Last week when I left here, there was a tornado watch. So my 10-year-old niece called me and she has severe anxiety. She's 10. Severe anxiety at 10 years old. So she was packing up everything to move to the basement. So I said, just get your valuables. You're okay. She gets all her jewelry. How much jewelry can a 10-year-old? And then she was like, where's my holy water? Where's my holy water? That's the last thing I'd grab, holy water. But, you know, I said, get things you can't replace. Jewelry you can kind of replace. That kid had a lot of jewelry. But finally, nothing happened. So you get all excited. There's going to be a tornado and then nothing. So, do you want to talk about the debate? I don't think Democrats do. Everybody, they're trying to spin this like he had a bad night. I'm sorry. Bad night. It doesn't matter if he had a bad night. The point is, people think he's like demented. And everybody's been telling me this and I haven't been listening. And I couldn't believe it. I know he stutters. Or maybe he just, my mother said this too, and she might be right. They over-prepared him at Camp David, so he has all these facts in his head, and Trump, you know, in contrast, has nothing in his head. So that's all he has to do is attack, and he's a good attack dog. So Biden should have had his attack dog, Commander, to bark whenever Trump lied, because there was a lot of lies. But let me tell you something. I'm honest. Trump looked good. He looked like he's taking Ozempic. He looked good. He was restrained, which I couldn't believe. And he looked like he had some kind of energy. But, you know, he's insane. If you listen to him talk, that's when it kind of went awry. If he just shut up, he'd be fine. So the Democrats are in panic mode. We have a problem. So what are they going to do? Let him drop out? Biden won't drop out. I have a feeling they're not going to do it. I saw Nancy Pelosi on CNN this morning, and she's spinning it. They're all saying it's a bad night. I just don't buy it, and I don't think the country's buying it. And what are they going to do? Like, I don't think they get the money if Biden drops out. I think they start with zero, don't they? I'm not really sure how that works, but you know who I want, John. You know who I love, right? You know who I would sleep with.
Yep.
Gavin. I love Gavin, but Gavin needs to come to the center. But Gavin's young, he's bold, he can debate Donald Trump, he's smart. Biden couldn't even come back from anything. I mean, Trump kept lying and Biden just like that blank Mitch McConnell stare. That's what he had. So good luck. Good luck. Our choice is an insane maniac or a confused man deteriorating before our eyes. Trump says he's in great shape, better than 25 years ago. No, I don't. I really don't. Come on. I'm not in better shape than I was 25 years ago. Biden, a couple shots he got in. Take a look at what he says he is and take a look at what he is. So there were a couple things, but the problem is in the beginning of the debate, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. I don't know what happened. When he talked about like we destroyed or Medicare, when he said that, I was like, what is? And then Trump went back and said, I didn't understand what he says. I don't think he knew what he said. And I thought that was funny. But Trump started acting crazy about abortion. When you start, like, really, the Republicans really shouldn't talk about abortion because they're way off. Saying that everybody wants abortion to go to the states. Everybody thinks that way. Everybody wanted Roe versus Wade overturned. No, that's the problem for the Republicans. That they're the extremists. The Democrats are the extremists. Everything he said is opposite. According to Trump, the whole world is blowing up. Mr. Chaos. But anyway, I was at work yesterday, and this is what I don't like, is people tell me it depends on what president is next. That's what I'm going to do with my house. I'm like, this is what you blame the president? Listen, I don't blame the president when I fail at anything. Or when there was a sign that Trump was reading. I blame, the president. It's Biden's fault I don't have a girlfriend. It's Biden's fault I don't have a job. What a loser. If you don't have a job, it's your fault. I would never blame a president because I'm failing. Like, get a life. I just think, I was looking at his girlfriend or his wife, and I'm like, you better dump this guy. He's blaming the president for his financial woes. That's a loser. Anybody who blames somebody is a loser. Another guy was telling me, my business isn't going right. That's different. If, the economy's down, you feel it, I get it. That's different. But, Biden took all my money. Oh, I can't stand whiny babies. So Trump was claiming he was going to end Putin's war before he wins in November. I would love to see that. Now he's a magician, too. Does he think he's talking to his followers at the rally? So, according to CNN, Trump lied more than 30 times. So he needs to go to Liars Anonymous. The lies he told: some Democratic states allow people to execute babies after birth. Yes, they're walking around on the floor, crawling, and then they're executed. Every legal scholar wanted Roe versus Wade overturned and returned to the states. That's a lie. Everybody, even Dems wanted Roe versus Wade. And Bill Maher, I saw him, and I just think, are people aware he pulls things out of his ass? And that's what's happening. And U.S. currently has the biggest budget deficit. It was $7 trillion under Trump. Of course, yes, we're not doing great. We're not. But you know what? My 401k's rolling. The stock market's never been higher. So here we go. And then he says Biden wants to quadruple people's taxes. That's not true. Migrants are coming from prisons or mental institutions. Are there even any mental institutions left? Not here. They're all roaming the streets.
No, they are. They're all on the streets.
They're all in the streets. I know, that's terrible. Pelosi acknowledged to Trump that she turned the troops down at January 6th. That's not true. And said Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger and everybody on the 911 Commission should go to jail. I would feel very bad if that happened, because I kind of feel so bad for Liz Cheney. She lost her career because she was standing up for democracy. Trump said Pelosi said, I take full responsibility for January 6th. I think that's hysterical. Biden was funny when he said you have the morals of an alley cat, but I think that's not the issue with people in Trump. I think people already knew he had no morals. I don't think people care about whether he slept with a porn star or anything. But, that's when Biden started to wake up, when he said you had sex with a porn star while your wife was pregnant. You molested a woman in public. Okay, then he started to wake up a little bit. He just couldn't get his facts straight and couldn't handle Trump. He couldn't fact check him, but who the hell could? He tells so many lies. You got to just kind of pick and choose, which one you want to rebut. But I think that people who think that Trump is going to run away with the election are kind of mistaken. The CNN poll showed of debate watchers now. This is debate watchers. So 57% had no confidence in Biden. 44% had no confidence in Trump. They both suck. That's the point. And they had the independents from Michigan talking, and I couldn't believe some people raised their hands and said Biden won the debate. Are you crazy? Yeah, that's not true. Biden did not win the debate. But it's not like Trump won either, but he did present himself as being all there. He still is nuts, but he still looked good. He was calm, and that's the thing. He's got to win over independents and make them think he's not out of his mind.
Calm, I already know where the hell he was.
No, Trump. I'm talking about Trump.
Well,
yeah, Biden, yeah.
I'm sorry, he did.
Yeah, Trump's fundraising email said he was tortured while getting his mugshot in Fulton County Jail. He was there 20 minutes. What do you mean he was tortured? He was selling mugs, t-shirts, and bumper stickers. He thinks you're dumb. That's the thing. According to a study from 2020, Tylenol, I take this all the time, especially with my foot problem now, may induce risky behavior. Is it going to make me a slut? I hope so. I hope I turn into a whore. That would be great. Besides reducing pain, it lowers people's receptivity to hurt feelings, reduces empathy, and blunts cognitive functions. We're all going to run amok. That explains the lunacy I deal with on a daily basis. Meghan McCain has spoken out on Taylor Swift. She's like cock blocking. She said that Taylor is being accused of releasing all these different versions of her new album and new songs from her new album. And she blocked Billie Eilish, or as what they say on Saturday Night Live, William Eyelash, from being number one on Billboard. Now she cock blocked Charlie XCX. She's messing with karma, according to Meghan. Meghan's miserable. Ever since she married that conservative guy, she's miserable. She says, you are Elvis level, one of the greatest of all time. There are people coming up who could have their first number one. Listen. You have the power to let them have number one or not. Let them? You think I'm going to let somebody beat me for promoter of the month? I get Taylor Swift. When you're on top, you want to stay on top. She still wants to win. There's nothing wrong with that. And then she has respectfully nowhere else to go but down at this point. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But she's going to stay up there as long. I would want to stay up in the clouds as long as I could. I think Megan's a little jealous. So Real Housewives of New Jersey, real quick. Dolores, Jennifer, and Teresa went to get cleansed at some meditation clinic. Oh, this was making me very nervous. Where they have crystals, stones that heal. One of my friends told me she wanted to give me a healing stone. I'm like, get away from me with that stuff. They close their eyes while they're thinking about all the shouting matches they've had. The healer was banging lightly on a dish bowl like a gong. I'm sorry, but that shit doesn't work. Not for me. Who the hell wants to close their eyes and remain calm? Dolores got up and said, I can't close off my thoughts. My mind is too effed up to be cleansed right now. I think that's the key right there. I mean, just let the thoughts go in and out. Teresa said Margaret is the root of all evil. When she sent her brother that blue label Johnny Walker and card, Joe threw it in the fire. Brandy Glanville is going after Bravo. She said women are physically fighting. Yeah, they were. On Real Housewives of New Jersey, Danielle slapped Jennifer, like threw a drink at her and kind of slapped her. And I think Jennifer's going to think twice before going after her again. And she's saying, that seems to be okay with the producers. Where's HR? Also claiming, just like they all know of Taylor's physical abuse as it was happening. Oh, yeah, when Russell was beating the crap out of her. Mark Schlereth, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I should know because he's a former Skin. He's a former lineman. He called Belichick a pig for dating a much younger woman. That's disgusting. That's just awful. What are you doing? I mean, a lot of men do that. Tony Randall, didn't he do that? And Robert De Niro, and right?
Yeah.
That's a man thing.
A lot of them.
You know what? I prefer older, but men like, I don't know why.
Before gravity gets some.
Yeah, but don't you want a woman who's confident?
Yeah,
you're not like that.
No.
But I would feel old trying to date a 24-year-old. And I don't really like someone who's not settled in their life and doesn't know what they want. Yes, their bodies, you're right. Their bodies are better. But you got to sit on the couch with them. So Matt Stafford's wife was
shut the hearing aid off.
Oh my God. Matt Stafford's wife was dating his backup quarterback. What is up with women? They don't get the right response from a man, and they're going after their friends, their roomies. Sean Penn was asked about the rumor he beat Madonna with a baseball bat. Well, she doesn't look like she got beat up with a baseball bat. I heard the rumor he tied her up and wouldn't let her go out, just like Phil Spector. Remember Phil Spector stole Ronnie's shoes? He told the New York Times he never physically hurt her. However, SWAT came in. I guess they disagreed. Raiding the home when police were called by Madonna because she was cornered. He had guns. So she has that much pull to get SWAT to come over Sean Penn's house? I mean, come on. And he remembered SWAT breaking his windows, handcuffed the hothead. He slept with a woman who asked him if he hit her with a bat. Why are you sleeping with a man if you think he's that violent? Madonna later denied it. She testified that he never physically abused her. Maybe she was just sticking up for him. She said, he never struck me, tied me up in a bad way, or physically assaulted me. You want me to get that, John? Sean told the New York Times he's thrilled every day to be single. Yes, most times I feel that way. Sometimes I don't feel that way, but I'm okay with it. He said he will never have my heart broken by romance again. He's been hurt by a woman. He said, the first thing I see in the morning are eyes wondering what I'm going to do to make them happy that day. Rarely reciprocated. Like, maybe you're going with the wrong girl. This man wrote to Dear Amy. He's a 29-year-old. His wife, they've been together for 6 years. Married for 4. Married for 4 years. He was married 3 years ago now. Just 3 years and it's going to hell. His last happy memory was his wedding. Not his, newlywed, like his romance at night. What about the night? What about the first night when you're supposed to all night long? He said they don't get along. She's always unhappy. Can't seem to please her. This is something that rings, like with every guy. Can't seem to please. Are women insatiable or what? I dread coming home from work because I'm never sure about what is going to greet me. I think I'm very hard. Oh, brother. Unbelievable. But, okay, this is where my cards are getting mixed up. So let me just talk about Shannon Doherty for a minute. Oh, jeez. She's got cancer, okay? And she's telling people that she's married right now, but her husband cheated on her. He denies it.
15 minutes.
Okay. And she feels that she can't get anybody because she's got an expiration date. We all have an expiration date. But this was on Kelly Ripa's podcast. And most men do struggle with a woman who's got cancer or going to die soon or an illness. And men kind of like to be cared for. But she's got scars on her from surgery. And she's just afraid of, that she's kind of, that men are scared to be around her. And that's kind of a legitimate claim. But her husband won't give her a divorce. This is what I think, because he doesn't want to pay her off. That's what she thinks, too. They were married for 11 years. That's kind of disgusting, though. She says she thinks she's a very hard sell. She's self-conscious with all her scars. She was in remission, then it came back. Okay, one more thing. 7 reasons why you may be getting mixed signals. 1, they don't trust you. That's not a good sign. Past bad, been hurt before. 2, fear of commitment. That's kind of me. 3, been abused. 4, they don't respect you. If someone doesn't respond to your calls or texts. Oh, geez, is that it? That's not healthy. Get away. Oh, geez. Number 5, hung up on an ex. I've dealt with that people are hung up on an ex. Yeah. Number 6, control. Fear of abandonment. Yeah, a lot of people want to leave you before they leave, you leave them. Number 7, they don't know what they want or who they are. Identity crisis. I deal with that all the time. Doubting their own sexuality. Yeah, that sounds right. More than half of men, 53%, say they want a relationship, which is strange. I think that's kind of high. This is a Tinder report in 2024. 68% of women do. 91% of men, 94% of women say dating is difficult. Oh, shit. That's why I don't do it. So one thing before I go, red flags on a first date, getting drunk. Don't get drunk on a first date. Number 2, too into Instagram or Facebook. You're self-absorbed. They don't want to date someone who's networking like that. Put the phone face down. Number 3, not knowing about politics. Well, you shouldn't really talk about politics. Don't date a Trump supporter. 75% of singles were looking for a match who's respected or were invested in social issues. Really? Number 4, don't bring up trauma. I was raped on the first date. They prefer to date someone who's a little emotionally vulnerable, but not overbearing. All right, you guys, I'm going to go. Do you like my 4th of July? Because it's 4th of July this week, and I'm going nowhere. I had beach plans today, but I'm going to be sitting in the rain. Have a good week. Thanks for watching the show.